Every day online, I see a coach or a trainer or the media attribute a player's success to something small, some simple drill or simple training routine, maybe even just simply their genetics or something small. We have a tendency in sports to want to explain everything, and sometimes the complexity of talent development is inexplicable. So, or at least hard to attribute to a single thing. So anytime that I see a trainer who has the magic drill or the magic formula, I just roll my eyes. There's no magic formula. There's no magic drill. It may have worked for one player at one time. It may be maybe that player attributes his or her success to that one drill that he or she did growing up. And great, maybe it did work for that player. But talent development is N equals 1. Everybody's different. Everybody has different genes. Everybody comes up in a different environment, different personality, different teaching, different instruction, etc., etc. And so what works for one player is not guaranteed to work for another player. This is one of the reasons why I stopped doing a lot of individual training back, about 5 or 6 years ago, because I watched two players who grew up in the same neighborhood, relatively the same size, same body type, and they worked out together with me. And one of them excelled, became a Division I player, played professionally, set records at the Division I level. The other one, I think, may have played junior college basketball, and that was kind of the end of his career. And they did everything with me. They did everything the same, played for the same high school coaches, etc. But one developed greatly, and the other one kind of maintained where he was, doing the exact same things. Sure, I could call the one drill that I did with them the magic drill because it worked for one player, but it didn't work for the other player. And anytime that we attribute somebody's success to one single thing, you can find hundreds and thousands of counterexamples that did the same exact thing, but did not have near the same success as that one person. And it goes back to that idea that everybody's different and talent development is N equals 1. And there's hundreds, if not thousands, of different things that goes into a player's development or a person's development into a successful player. So when you look at the elite of the elite, there's hundreds of different things that have gone into their success and into their development, and it's impossible to replicate, all 100 of those things. And so each individual has to find their own path, and what's going to work for you as a singular individual. And some of that's going to be drawn from other people. Some of it's going to be instruction from other people. But there's no magic formula. There's no magic pill. You have to find your own path and what's going to work with your own genes, your own, measurements, height, weight, limb length, etc. All these things, your environment, all these things are going to go into your ultimate talent development. And so it's an individual's job or an individual's objective to try to figure out the things, the positives that can promote growth and lead to advances in their development or advances in their game, and then quickly get rid of the things that don't have much benefit, or potentially make a player worse. But again, just because one player did something and they ended up as a good player does not mean that it's going to work for everyone.